So, hello guys, you also wanted to start your journey and wanted to jump into a computer engineering field, but you don't know, okay, what is exactly a right path for you, then this is a right video for you. So, basically, like many of the individual before jumping inside a computer engineering field, they don't have an idea like what a software developer do or what the part of the QA and all that. So we are going to discuss about each and everything in this video, and I am gonna walk you through with a really good example. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, before anything, you need to understand. So as you can see from this diagram, there is a planning. Let's say if some company wanted to introduce a new feature, so they will do the planning and analysis and all that. Then what will happen, they come up with a requirement that business required document or BDD or something like that. So those requirement, with help of the BA business analyst, they will write a requirement in some sort of tool. They use a tool such as a Jira, for example, or a Confluence, where they mention, okay, this is the task and these are the requirements. So in a Confluence page, they will put all the diagrams or something like that. Similarly, on a Jira, they will create a task or user stories or something like that. Okay, so for example, let's take an example of a Facebook login page. So they will put, okay, login page should look like this. There should be a field that, okay, where user can enter his email ID, or a password need to be like at least uh, have a one special characters or whatsoever the requirements are there. They will write and put it in a Jira story, for example, and a business analyst is going to help out with all of this activity. So that is a one part. So we already discussed about, okay, planning and analysis. Now now the task of a what you call it, architect will come into the picture. So architect is the one that will decide, okay, uh, which language are we going to use for developing this solution, or which cloud platform is better, which functionality, like whether it's a software as a service or infrastructure as a service, what we are going to do. uh, that all decision is going to taken care by the system architect. So once the architect, solution architect, right, so solution architect is going to decide, uh, these are the tools that we are going to use, that they, then they discuss this particular thing with the business as well as the technical people. Okay, we are going to implement this solution with help of this tool. So as a developer, now the now the developer come into the picture, right? So what developer gonna do, developer gonna implement the solution which is designed by the architect. Architect gave you, okay, you use this tools and technology, you use Java, for example, right? So uh, uh, developer will going to write his code in a Java language, and try to build a logic. Like earlier from the requirement, he is going to read those requirement that BA has written in a Jira story, that okay, a login page need to be look like this, or special character check need to be there. If somebody write a invalid email address in a login detail, then I need to prompt a message that this is an invalid email address. So all the logic is going to build by the developer based on the user story that was assigned to him. Now the later on, once developer develop their code, then the QA or a quality assurance or a software tester, these are the designation. So the QA is going to test the code. Okay, developer wrote something that it need to check for a special character, but one of the business requirement is saying that that no two special characters are allowed in your password, you need to only keep one. But developer miss that requirement. So now what will happen is that uh, this will, while QA is testing her code, they will pass valid email address, but like sometime they will pass two three special character, but our by passing this two three special character as a password is still working, so that is a defect. You only need to allow one special character. That was the requirement, but developer missed that requirement and wrote a code in a such manner that it is allowing a multiple special character. So QA raised that defect. Now it is going to assign to developer to modify his code. Once developer will modify his code, then later on QA again retest their scenarios, and once QA is satisfied that all good, this code is all working. Now what is the part? Okay, so all the tasks that we have discussed so far, that planning is done, BA has write the stories, and then design is going to take care by the solution architect. Then later on developer took a part in an implementation process, then QA is doing testing and all that. Now once our code is ready, we need some sort of people to put those code inside a cloud. That okay, if some user wanted to use that particular functionality of a login page from other parts of the world, then they might need access of that. Then they also need a URL where you can prompt to that login page, and then you can log in inside of Facebook, right? So for that, we need to deploy our application somewhere, right? So over there we use some cloud platforms such as GCP or AWS or Azure or something like that. So we also need a cloud platform for that, right? And other than that, and so that responsibility is going to taken care by the DevOps person. So DevOps engineer will take care. He will write the configuration. Okay, if the lots of people are coming to your login page, then some people, let's say, if I am close to the server where the code is residing, let's say I am requesting from Toronto to one of the server which is close to my location, and I am getting response faster, whereas some other people from India is like trying to hit that logging page, but he is experiencing some sort of delay, right? In that case, DevOps engineer will do all of those configuration, that okay, that guy also should not face any latency, right? So he will decide, okay, I might deploy my application in a Mumbai region as well. So if somebody from India is uh, wanted to access that logging functionality, so they will direct it to Mumbai server, not coming to directly to the Toronto server, and then getting a response back. Okay, so that will reduce our latency and all that. So those sort of configuration are going to take care by the uh, what you call it, yeah, DevOps engineer, right? So now you also need to do the maintenance, so that is going to taken care by the application team, like whatsoever developer meets that code, and then sometime developer and DevOps person collaborate with each other and try to figure it out the problem. Sometime if something start failing or issue raised in a future, then the uh, uh, what do you call it, so the production defect come into the picture, and once the those sort of defect come into the picture, developer will provide a hot fix for it, that okay, I am providing this fix, QA gonna test that fix, okay, this is working fine, and then later on they will deploy it on a production again, that okay, everything is started to work fine. Okay, so this is how the software development cycle look like. Now many of you also thinking, okay, there are lots of resources available, like I wanted to learn Java, but Java is a dying language, whereas Python is a growing in the industry. Which one you should learn? So basically, like you can start learning. Let's say there are no barriers as such. Like if you wanted to learn Python, you go ahead and learn Python rather than thinking, okay, which language you should learn. Starting learning something is more important. Like at least just start working, start learning on some language. Let's say you are learning Java and then later on you decided, okay, I want to learn Python. Learn both the language simultaneously, right? Nobody is holding you back rather than like watching 5 6 video. Which language should I learn, this one or that one? It's better if you direct your effort into the learning those languages, so you will clear your mind. And you also don't know, I am just assuming that like many of you don't know like how the coding is going to look like. So I have created one small, really small and understandable, not a task, a project where I just showcase you, okay, what as a developer we are actually doing over here, and what what you will be learning as a software developer, or what is software development. So let's assume, so I wrote this code in a Java language. It's fairly easy. So for example, let's assume there are peoples around, right? So what we are doing is that I am not teaching you Java language or anything. I am just giving you an example. Okay, what is programming look like, or what do you expect to learn if you wanted to learn a software development, or wanted to become a tester or a developer, or a DevOps engineer. So this is what it look like. Let's assume there is people. So people usually have a name, people have a weight, people have a age, right? So now what we are doing over here, so for example, as you can see, I have created list of people. So uh, one people can have three attributes assigned to him. So I need to provide a name, then I am also providing a weight, and then I am also providing a age, right? So what I am doing, I am creating list of people, and then I added one person over here. So I added Andy first. So Andy's weight is 80 kg and his age is 27. Then in that list I am adding another person, which is Bob, and then third person in a list I am adding you in that list, right? Now let's say one of the requirement of business analyst have wrote some requirement that, okay, once you receive a list of the entry, then you need to identify what are the people are having a less than 60 kg of weight, right? So that is the requirement. For example, to summarize all of this, so one of the requirement that is written, I receive a data, I receive a people list, and out of that I wanted to identify, okay, how many, not a how many, who are the people who have less than 60 kg of weight, right? So as of now I received list of these three people, and now I wanted to identify. So what I am doing, so with this people list I am filtering, right? So while filtering, so there are list of people, so one, two, and three. So first of all, the first entry will come, Andy is coming. So over here, this is the Andy coming. Okay, so Andy coming, and we are accessing his weight. Okay, uh, so it is saying that, okay, Andy's weight is 80 here, and it is not less than 60, right? So Andy shouldn't be included inside this list. Whereas Bob is coming, same scenario with a Bob. So Bob weight is 19, and which is not less than 60. So Bob is also not going to be in this list. But when U is coming, his his weight is less than 60. So Bob is going to be in this new list which I have created, people with a less than 60 kg weight, right? So this is a new list, and now just I what I am doing, I am just printing this list, And as you can see, the only people which got printed over here is you, because he was the one who has the weight less than 60. So these are sort of the related problem that developer are doing. I am just like giving you a vague example, but if you wanted to learn about software engineering or wanna become a software developer, so these are the uh, some sort of good example to give you guys, to give you heads up what you will be learning. Okay, so I hope you like my video. Now I am taking a pause for 5 seconds. You guys can subscribe to my channel and support me, so I that will also encourage me to make more videos, right? Okay, thank you.